Let's turn to Psalms chapter 1. We're going to begin reading in verse 1. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. In his law he meditates day and night. He's like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for the day. We thank you for the opportunity to study your word. Help us to apply it in our lives. In your Son's name. Okay, we're continuing our study of the books of poetry. Last 2 weeks we took a look at Job. This week we're going to move into Psalms. Last week we looked at Job's plea. Why me? Same plea we have whenever we encounter difficulties and sufferings and problems in our lives. Why me? The thing that we always say is, his hand is heavy on me in spite of my pain. Things that he does, God does to us, or whatever happens to us is heavy, is bad, even though I'm already in pain. And if I could only see him, and he could see me in my situation, then things would be different. And we ask, where's the loving Father? Where's the one that loves us? We also say, look, I've kept his commands, I followed his ways, I do the things he says. If I could just go before him and state my case and show him why I don't deserve this. And we ask ourselves, where's God and where's his justice in the situations that we find ourselves in? We looked at that and said basically that God is God. That's the way I put it. In the Bible they say, and God said, I am. Which means I exist, I am. And that's what he was saying. I'm God. What else is there to say? That's why I say it the way I did. God is God. That should answer a lot of questions right there. God is not human. We're not his equal for us to sit on the same footing in a discussion or negotiation. It's not done that way. Even the agreements between us and God are all one-sided. He says this is the way it'll be, and you can take this agreement or not. Well, that's what all his covenants are. They weren't a negotiation. God is almighty. He can do whatever he decides to do. Think about it. Anybody or anything that has all power, you're helpless to do anything. So you need to accept that fact. God is spirit. Look at the fact that he's a spirit and lives in a spirit world, and our physical world is just one little corner of that world that he lives in. So we have no clue about the rest of it. God is holy. We're not even in a position to see him face to face. Moses was barely in a position to see his back. That's how holy God is. Man is limited in his understanding. He's limited in his view. He's limited in his ability. And he's limited in his interaction with God. Everything is limited because we are physical. We are temporary. We are limited. We are the created, not the creator. God is, so he does. What do we need to do? Just trust him. That's the only choice, really, there is. Just trust him. He protects his people. We saw that. He protects his people or his children. He puts an edge around him. But he also tests those he loves. Specifically, his children. He tests them. He allows Satan to see if they're really committed to him or not. And he allows that. Even though he puts restrictions on it, we'll never allow the testing to be greater than we can withstand. And in trusting him, we have hope. You see, without God, there is no hope. It's just the end. Just the end. Without God, the Bible, there is no hope. And life without hope is really pretty miserable. All right. Today we're taking a look at what the text calls the righteous and the ungodly. All right, we start off with blessed is the man. What does that mean? Happy. Happy. Where have we heard this before? Have I ever heard that expression before? Blessed is? The blesseds. Or the beatitudes. Yeah, blessed is. Okay, so we've we've looked at the Beatitudes probably multiple times in our lives. Blessed is, happy. What does happy mean? I get to go on a roller coaster. That's so exciting. I get to go to a party tonight. What does happy mean? I won the lottery? It's true. It's true. What does it mean to the writer of Psalms? Probably Psalm chapter 1. Probably David, but we don't know. Happy. What kind of happiness is he talking about? Happiness in God is true happiness. It's happiness, not fun. In the world, we equate, and we talked about this last week, or the week before maybe, but we talked about it in the years when we studied the Beatitudes. The world calls happy things that are fun, exciting, thrills. That's happy. Whoa! The adrenaline goes up, the endorphins go. That's happy. That's not what the Bible says. Happiness lasts longer, it's deeper, and it goes through, even, like the Beatitudes said, things that don't appear to be things that you would call fun or exciting. So we talked about that, we're talking about contentment, not fun. The Bible talks about have joy, rejoice. It doesn't say anything. It's saying that's the same thing as enjoyment. Enjoyment's kind of like the fun, the excitement things, or whatever. Doesn't mean we can't have those things in our life. It's just not what's important, because what is important is joy, that deep down that you can have no matter the bad times or the good times or whatever. Why is there a difference between those two terms? Have you thought about that? Fun and enjoyment last how long? Short term. It's not spiritual. It's limited. We're thinking about things in the world. Happiness, on the other hand, lasts through everything, even into eternity. It's spiritual. It's joy. It's down in here. It's not a quick thrill. It's something more than that. It's eternal. The distinction happens to be, once again, the battle that we have is between the physical and the spiritual elements of ourselves, and the spiritual and the physical parts of the world. We just got done saying that our physical world is one little corner of the entire world, which is really spiritual. So we concentrate on that temporary, that short-term little piece over here, and it brings us fun or enjoyment for the moment in this world, and then it's over. And when the bad times come, we wonder what happened. Because happiness is something that's deep-seated, spiritual, eternal, that lasts throughout all of this world and in the next. That's kind of how I see it. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the way I look at it. Okay? The other thing when he says blessed can be said, you English people understand English, blessed is one who has been blessed. Blessed by God. So the other way to look at that is, in the context is, not only are you blessed or happy, but you are blessed because of this. This man is blessed by God. God shows favor on him and looks down on him and holds him in his hand. He protects. He hedges the protection. He does all these things, gives good gifts. All these things we're talking about. So a man becomes blessed by God. Is it always in that physical world? Oh, that's what we just got on saying. It's bigger than that. It's in a spiritual life, which includes the physical, but it's more than that. Much, much more. So, in addition to being happy is the man, we're also saying we're blessed by God. The man is also blessed by God. All right, so that's the person we're talking about here in this chapter, in this poem, since that's what we're studying. I tried to read it in poetic language. I hope you got that, because that's about as close to poetry as I get. All right, so we do that, and we look at that, and we talk about, it sets it up, it's blessed is the man, or blessed is the man. And then it goes on to define what makes him blessed, or blessed. So the first thing he does is he goes through in verse 1, And he goes through and says, no, no, no. He says, do not walk in the counsel of the wicked. When he talks about walking, what is he talking about?
Hanging out.
Hanging out with him? Your lifestyle? We talk about life. We always start at a point and we go to a point, don't we? How do we get from here to there? We walk. It's our way of life. Matter of fact, it is 1 John chapter 1, I think it is, that talks about that walk. And how we walk, as long as we're in that walk, God is with us. Okay? So it's a lifestyle. It's how you live your life according to. It's the path that you've chosen, the road that you choose. It's what you walk on, the way you walk, the way you live your life. Right? So the way you live your life, he says, don't live your life in such a way that you do it based on the counsel of the wicked. What is he talking about, the counsel of the wicked?
Conforming to their ways.
Conforming to their ways? Okay. Listening to what they have to say. You know, the counsel of the wicked. First of all, wicked means non-sinners, not sinful, good, holy. It means, in our terms, it would be not just sinful, but really sinful. Of course, God doesn't define that. You know what I mean? But to us, it would be the really, really bad sinner. You know, we're good sinners, but they're bad sinners. Or let me rephrase it. I'm a good sinner. Y'all are bad. You know what? We always define things based on me. Okay. So it's not just saying that, but it's emphasizing the fact that these people have chosen a life of sin. They could care less about anything else. So it's more than that. So when we look at this, and we're talking about that, we're talking about the counsel of the one who has chosen to live a life of sin. That counsel in the book of Proverbs and throughout the Bible is contrasted with the wisdom of God. It's what we call, or I call, the wisdom of man, or the wisdom of this world. We just got done talking about happiness. In the contrast, fun versus true contentment. See, those are two different things. You can put them in the counsel or the wisdom of the world versus the counsel or the wisdom of God. God says contentment, happiness is something that lasts through everything. Fun and enjoyment is here for a season. But the world says, oh yeah, that's happiness. When we talked last week about how that really, all the gusto and all this in life, and how every advertisement on TV is all about that. About fun, not happiness. And so we look at that and says, okay, don't live your life, don't choose a plan, don't choose a road that has to do with the wisdom of these guys in the world who basically are everything against God. They've chosen a rebellious life. They've chosen to follow after what Satan chooses. Don't choose their logic, their wisdom. And this is really important because how you get from here to the end, whatever end you want to be. If you want to go from here to New York, you have to pick a road. You know, you can't get on here and jump down and hit on 59 and start heading to Birmingham. You can. It's a long way to get there, and eventually you might actually accidentally get there. But that's not how you get to New York. So you choose the path to get to the end result you want. And so to choose that path, you have to choose wisely. Which counsel do you listen to get you from where you want to? And you're going to choose your life that way. So it's important to make a selection and make a decision that's not based on the ways of this world, who have a limited view, a limited understanding, and are saying flat out, I'm anti anything about God. Now, the truth of the matter is, in this country, they don't say that. They're saying it more and more, let me rephrase that. But they hadn't been for years. Most of the time, they come in and say, oh yeah, we're good guys, whatever, we love God, God loves us. All you all you have to do is, yeah, you can do this, you can do that, and that's the counsel they would give you. But that's what Satan's saying, because it's the frog in cold water or warm water scenario, you know. Or on you, already been cooked. All right, moving on. He says, number 2, do not stand in the way of sinners. When you talk about stand, what are you talking about? Associate? It's more than that. Remember in Ephesians chapter 5, he says, make your stand. It's a term that says, make a defense, make a position, make a stand. So when he says stand, he says, do not stand, stop, defend yourself, make your defense based on the defense of your beliefs, the defense of your actions, the things you do. Don't make a stand. And it goes on to say how? Based on the way of sinners. There's that way again. The way of sinners. The way is talking about that path, the path of sinners. That's how they live their life. That's how they do it. Who do they trust? Themselves. You see, the truth of the matter is, God laid it out in Genesis chapter 3 with 2 different choices. You can go in the path that God chose if you would give the tree of life, or you can choose the path that trusts in yourself that leads to the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So you know what it is, you get to deal with it. As long as you trust in God, He takes care of it. So we have those 2 different ways. And so when it talks about this path, it's talking about the one that depends upon yourself. All the world's teachings and philosophies and wisdom based on who? Me. It's all based on self. Who's number 1? Don't say Alabama. Grow up. Me. Who's number 1? I don't care who you are. That's what the philosophy is. And in this country, it's worse than any other place, probably. Who? Me. And that is the philosophy that they make their stand on. The world makes a stand on is defending, well, he did it to me. You know? Or I'm better than he. That's not where you make your defense. You know, you don't stand before God and say, well, I'm better than they are. They're a bunch of sinners. They're a bunch of scumbags. I'm better than them, so therefore I'm okay. No, you don't make that defense. We also don't make that defense by saying, I know what I'm doing, I'm a big guy, and all those things. We can't do that. We don't make our stand based on that. The third thing is, do not sit in the seat of mockers. So when it's talking about sitting in the seat, what's it talking about? Act as they do? Yeah. When you sit down, after a long day's hard work, when you go home, you sit down, what do? I do. I settle in for a long winter's day. Actually, that's Sunday afternoon. So we settle in, we get situated, we get comfortable. We sit down, we relax, we make that's part of our life, that's where we are. So when it's saying to sit in and settle, it's basically how you're going to spend your life. You just kind of settle in, like, where is it? You sit. You get comfortable with it. So you do this, or whatever, with who? The seat of mockers. What's the seat of a mocker? Mocker. That's always a funny word. You don't use that much. A mocker.
Making fun of somebody.
Making fun of. Who are they making fun of? The righteous. God. God and His righteous people. That's who they're making fun of. So you get comfortable with that. You get comfortable with the world. You settle in. You get comfortable with them. You start fellowshipping. And I don't mean, hey, how are you? I see you at the ball game and all that. I mean, you make your life as an association with people who have outright chosen to reject God. So you live your life with those who are not godly. Basically is what it's saying. You made a choice to do that, to fellowship with them and make them a part of your life, even though you know that they ridicule and they make fun of God and the righteous. But you make them your friends, your circle, your association. I'm not talking about saying hello and doing things and all that. Don't get confused. I'm talking about them being your people that you hang with. Everybody has it. You know? Get comfortable, situated, and live your life in that circle. Instead of living in the circle of the godly. Those that choose God. You know? The fact of the matter is there's some folks that just go to church sometimes just because they think they need to. But they're really not committed to God, and they believe in God, they love God. But the reality is they live their life in a totally different place. And it's with the world instead of with God. All right, so those are the no-no-nos. Next thing he says is, okay, here's what I want you to do. Yes. He says, verse 2, his delight is in the law of the Lord. All right? So, delight in the law of the Lord. When you delight in it, you're excited, glad. Joy, overjoyed. Yeah, you're joy, happy, glad. You gladly choose to live the righteous life that God desires. It talks about the righteous life that God desires. Okay? In other places. You gladly choose to live that life. You choose it based on His teachings and what God, the benefits and what God says you're going to get out of it and what you decide to put into it. You gladly make that choice. All right? The laws of the Lord, because you understand that His laws are bigger than just that little physical world. Okay? As a matter of fact, you're to meditate on them when? Day and night, all the time, 24/7. This is something you do all the time. Not once a week. 24/7. It's a life. It's a lifestyle, a commitment to living a life like God wants to. All right? Meditate on it. Plants it in your heart so that it will guide you. So that you will know that pathway. You're not going to know the path, which path to take, if it's not planted in your heart. You're not meditating on His teachings, His laws, His things all the time. When you make that a part of your life 24/7, then you know which way to go. You know which road is right, which path is the way to lead. Okay? All right? And he says the one that does that is like a tree planted by streams of water. These are 2 words, like stream and water. Streams of water. In other words, lots of flowing water. This great big tree is what the description is, a poetic description. This is this strong tree that's there that not only does it withstand everything, when you look at it, it's like, wow, look at that big old tree. What does it do? It produces what? It produces good fruit in the season. It's not dead. It's not half dead. It hasn't been struck by lightning or halfway to falling off. It's there and it's powerful and everything because it has living water. Streams of water is an idea of water that moves or living water. When you look in the New Testament, Jesus talks about living water all the time. It's water that brings life. So it's strong there. It's healthy. He goes on to say that the person who does that is successful. Produces fruit, good things. You want success, true success? That transcends just the physical. It may be part of the physical, but it transcends that. It's bigger than that. Light of the law of the Lord. Then he gets to the end of the chapter and he starts saying, okay, make a choice. Make a choice. He gives you the end result in verse 6. We talked a minute ago about the way, and here he does. He talks about the way again. And I said that we all start at birth. We all start at the same place. Naked little baby coming into this world. That's where we start. Well, we all end up somewhere. The question is, where do you want to go? And he gives you it right here, and he tells you in this verse two things. The Lord watches over the way of the righteous. The righteous is going to go to a certain way. The Lord is watching over him. But the way of the wicked leads to perishing. Okay? Because those who go down that road are going to die, going to perish. So we look at this, the way of the wicked is going to perish. They're like chaff, he describes back in there. What is chaff? Okay? You winnow wheat. Extract. You ever look at wheat shells on the outside, little paper-like shell wrappings or whatever around the actual grain or fruit, as the Bible calls it sometimes. And around that or whatever, that's the chaff. So when you take that and you throw it up in the air as the way they used to, the chaff would float away, and that's how you can separate the two, the good from the bad. And it's basically saying that the way of the wicked, they're like chaff in the wind. They're going to be lost, blown away. They will not be able to stand before God in the judgment. Not going to be able to do that. However, the way of the Lord is protected by the Lord. Okay? It talks about the assembly of the righteous are like the wheat. They are protected. They are gathered. They're put in the barn. They're protected. It doesn't mean that they're good or there was anything special about them, except that God chose to protect them and allow the chaff to be lost. So God brings in the wheat and he saves it and brings it in the barn. But on the other hand, the chaff or the waste, he lets blow away and be lost and perish. In fact, other descriptions of it being burned, being pies, and other descriptions of other writings. That's the example he says here. So, we look at those things, and we look at that, and we sit here and say there's two ways. There's the righteous and the ungodly. And I looked at that, and it immediately made me think of something. The word made me think of Matthew chapter 7. So let's go ahead and turn to Matthew 7. Matthew chapter 7, Bill can attest to this every time I want to keep on. I use this all the time. Talks about the two ways, two roads. And I really like it because in Spanish, the word for way or road is camino. No camino, but it's camino. And it means the same thing, no matter how you say road, way, whatever. In our language, a lot of times when we talk about a road, we really don't call it a way, even though there's some streets called ways. But when we think of way, we think of it as something that a person does. A road that a person takes in life or something. But in there, they use the same word, and it gives you the exact same idea, which is exactly what he's talking about. So we find in Matthew chapter 7, we find Jesus now, hundreds of years later, saying the same thing that David or whoever wrote that psalm said. In this case, he says, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. And many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow is the road that leads to life. Only if you find it. So basically, he's given us, Jesus has defined it, so there's two ways, and each way has a gate. One is wide, one is narrow. The world's view, the world normally takes which one? The what? The wide. The wide, the easy way. Easy way, let's take that road. It's only a few that choose to go the hard way. They have to be able to see beyond today and see into eternity. And see there's more than just right now. So it's easy to follow the wide way. So he defines one as being the wide and one as the narrow. Alright, so when he talks about the way of the world versus the way of the Lord, he's talking about two different ideas, two different ways of living, two different things. And as we mentioned, we start at birth and we go to a destination. So if there's two choices, there's two destinations, right? Either right or left, black or white, light or dark. You know, there's always two choices. And here it is. Once again, he defines there's two choices, the righteous or the ungodly. All right, here he says you got the wide way or the narrow way. The wide way has a destination as well. What is that destination? leads to destruction. So the end of the road is destruction. The narrow way, the destination is life. So you got two roads. You can either take the one that leads to life or the one that leads to destruction. Which road do you want to choose? Life. Most people in the right mind, without taking the Bible in context, if you took all that aside and said, hey man, let me give you a choice. If you could go this way and you would die, and you could go that way and you would live, which way would you pick? I don't care who you are. 99.99% of this world would say, well, the one to life. The problem is most people don't recognize that that is the end destination of the road they choose. That's really the problem. If they really understood that that's really where life was, and that's really where destruction or death is, they would make the choice correctly. But they don't really grasp it, or they don't believe anything beyond that little physical world. They think that's it. So when we look at that, there's the choice. Two different destinations, and the question is, which one? The way, the broad way, or the wide, has a wide gate, so anybody, the herd can go through it. Matter of fact, not just the herd, but the, what's it called, the buffalo charge. They stampede through it. The world stampedes through this gate. It's big enough, not even slow down. And incidentally, what's at the end of most stampedes? A cliff. A cliff or something they can't get through. You really think about it. So, or at least they are in the westerns I watch. So here it is, this great big way that everybody, the masses, go down it blindly because they don't really understand what's at the end of the road. They go through this large gate, down this large highway, this large road, and they live their life in such a way that the end result is destruction. On the other hand, there's a few, and I keep pointing this way. What I need to do is point this way and say, this is the wide road, because the truth of the matter is the other road is in the exact opposite direction. They don't go side by side. It's not like I-24 and 41. There are two different ways. One goes that way, to death, darkness, destruction. The other goes to life, light, everything opposite. And so the other choice is to go this other way. And that other choice is to go down through a narrow gate. Not easy. There are restrictions. Not everybody can go through the gate. It's restricted. But they go through this gate down this narrow road. It's a little bit harder, maybe even a lot harder to go down. But it leads to a place called life. Those are the choices we're presented in Matthew chapter 7. So the question that most people don't, the next question is, well, most people don't recognize the destination. So they don't recognize the destination, so therefore they just choose the way everybody goes. All right? Once you point it out, and we do exactly what we said there, name one person that says, my destination I want is death. The answer is nobody. They want life. As a matter of fact, for centuries, people searched the world for what? The fountain of youth, so they could live for eternity. Little did they know, it was already there. So they wandered the world, that's how we got Florida, how they came to Florida. They were looking for the fountain of youth, something that would give them life eternal. Everybody wants life. So here they are, they say, okay, I want life. So the question is, where is life? We already see from Psalms that it's not the godly. But we see Jesus telling us there's a gate that restricts who goes in down this narrow road. So let's take a look at John chapter 14. What does Jesus say in John chapter 14? There you go. Jesus defines it. I am the way, I am the truth, and I am life. Okay, destination is life. Way, that's what I'm looking for that gets to life. Jesus is that. And the only way to get there is through His truth. Not my truth. Not some Christian religious organization's truth. not some non-Christian religion's truth, not the world's truth, not Satan's truth, nobody else's, but Jesus' way, truth, and life. He tells us flat out, He's the only one that defines that way. He is the only one that has the road that goes to life. So Jesus owns that road. You don't own that road. If you want life, you need on that road. Okay? It's that simple. Once you realize and decide that you want life, you have to get on that road. The next thing is, can anybody go down it? Yes, no. There are restrictions. What's in front of the road? Before you get on the road, what do you got to go through? A gate. That's what John chapter 10 says. John chapter 10, verse 9 says, I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. Isn't that what we want? We want not to be destroyed. We don't want that. We want to be saved and have life. So the only way to get on the way, which is Jesus' way that gets to life, is to go through that gate. That gate that is Jesus. And He defines what it takes to go through Him. Basically, it means to trust God, put your faith in Him, and do the things He tells us to do, which we know talking about. Baptism, repentance, confession, proclaiming His name, all kinds of different things. Basically, putting yourself in His hands and living the life as close as you can to what a godly life that David or whoever said back in Psalm chapter 1. So you come through Jesus. You don't come through some church. You don't come through some famous religious leader, whether he's Christian or non-Christian. You only come one way, through Jesus and His words. In fact, He tells us in the same book of John, repeatedly, if you do what I say, you're of me. If you refuse to do what I tell you, you're not of me. It's that simple. That's it. So that becomes the question then. Okay. So which way do we want to do? Godly, ungodly. Narrow, wide. Life, death. Jesus, your friends. Who do you want to listen to? Sorry about that. Bill knows I get on my high horse when I use that lesson. Any comments? Any questions? Thoughts? Put you to sleep. Wake up, boy. Told me if he was got bored not to throw that Play-Doh at me. All right, next week we're going to take a look at lesson number 4. Lesson number 4 is about life and salvation. From Psalms 27. All right.